Hello, Wonderhussy here, out in the middle of the desert in fabulous Baker, California. Okay, if you've ever driven from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, or vice versa, well, you've driven past and probably stopped in Baker, which is famous for a few things. There's the Mad Greek Cafe, there's the world's tallest thermometer, which today is displaying a balmy 75, and there's the Alien Fresh Jerky store, in which you can buy all manner of alien and UFO themed souvenirs, up to and including delicious beef jerky. Or at least I'm assuming it's beef and not actual alien meat. Anyway, you can see all about the Alien Fresh Jerky store and the world's tallest thermometer and the Mad Greek in the video I made all about the surprisingly interesting outpost of Baker. But I'm here on another mission today. Okay, I was driving through Baker about a week ago, headed somewhere else to make another video, and out of the corner of my eye, I noticed behind the Alien Fresh Jerky store that I'll just go ahead and show you. Okay, if you watched my other video about Baker, well, you might remember we went inside the Alien Fresh Jerky store and we checked out all the funky souvenirs and we looked at this alien Peace Patrol car parked out front. And then we walked over and looked at what was at that time a UFO-themed hotel under construction. Well, guess what? It looks to me like this UFO-themed hotel, motel, resort. I'm not sure what all it's going to be, but it looks to me like it's just about ready to open. Okay, I looked this place up online and I wasn't able to find any information about an opening date, but golly, just looking at it, it looks like they've already put most of the finishing touches on it, and they really spared no expense, I must say. I haven't seen a facade this impressive since I was over at that steampunk hotel up in Beatty, Nevada. I mean, you can see even on the side of the Alien Fresh Jerky store, the guy who built this place really did go to town with weird space accents. I guess these are supposed to be like tractor tires, like the whole building is on wheels because there's more wheels up at the front, and then there's this weird sort of power pack with pistons on the side. And okay, maybe it's not quite as elaborate as that steampunk casino, but I feel like the guy behind this and the guy behind the steampunk casino might have more than a little bit in common. Actually, the guy who's building this is a really interesting character. I was able to look him up and read a little bit about his history. I guess he started this whole place, this whole alien jerky empire, as a little roadside beef jerky stand somewhere out in the desert, and he called it Alien Jerky because at that time he was an illegal alien, okay? An undocumented illegal alien from Mexico, I think. Somebody told him he should set up a jerky stand. It'd be a good way to make money, and I guess they were right. He made so much money at that first jerky stand that he ended up coming here to Baker, and I guess there was some kind of little old convenience store that he bought and turned into the Alien Fresh Jerky store. And if you've been coming or driving between LA and Vegas for years, well, you might remember having gone into those earlier iterations of Alien Fresh Jerky. I guess it was a pretty humble affair at first, but well, you know how people are. They love anything to do with UFO and aliens, especially when you're driving to Vegas through the Mojave Desert and all these thoughts of Area 51 come to mind. Well, it's a no-brainer. I mean, everyone's got to stop to take a pee at some point on the drive from LA to Vegas, and who wouldn't want to stop and take a whiz at an alien-themed jerky store? Am I right? Anyway, apparently this guy did really well over the years and was able to build this original humble little store up into what it is today, which is like something out of Disneyland, and expand into opening a hotel. And according to what I read online, I think he'd planned on opening a hotel from the get-go. It was just a matter of making enough money to make his weird dream a reality. I mean, yes, you could build an alien hotel, but do you really need to make it the shape of an actual UFO? And does it have to have a giant ray gun coming off the top? And does it have to have these weird sort of retro futuristic Buck Rogers-esque ray gun towers out front, flanking the time travel station, which apparently is going to sell alien pretzels. And I'm pretty sure they already had the sign up for this when I made my last baker video, which was like 2-3 years ago. I don't know what the holdup is with the grand opening for this place. I mean, you certainly can't blame COVID anymore, but look how cool the alien pretzels are going to be when you can finally order them. They're going to be shaped like alien heads. Okay, call me hokey, but I think that's awesome. I don't even like pretzels, and I would order one of those. Especially when you look at how reasonable the prices are going to be. $5 for an alien pretzel. I mean, assuming it's bigger than a pretzel you would find in a bag of snack mix. And then you can get alien pretzel bites, alien dog bites, an alien pretzel dog for $5, ice cream $2.50, $3.50, drinks about $3-4. Not bad considering this place is located right alongside one of the busiest stretches of interstate anywhere, and it's all these people going from LA to Vegas with pockets full of cash that they fully expect to be emptied of by the time they leave. So you could really easily set the price point a little bit higher here and gouge people. But that's not what this guy is about. This guy is selling a fantasy. Okay, anyway, it looks like everything is pretty well fenced off under this giant UFO, and I have no idea what the UFO is going to be. It almost looks like it's some kind of theater, because those doors on the side look like theater doors, don't they? Maybe this is some kind of weird IMAX movie about space. I mean, there's this giant LED screen on the side of it that's probably going to be showing coming attractions or prices for the alien pretzels, or gosh, I don't know anything about this place. It's a huge mystery. The only thing that's not a mystery is that I think it's really interesting. And that's no mystery to anyone who knows how weird I am and how much I love any kind of wacky stuff like this in the desert. Okay, like I said, it's very heavily fenced off, but they did a nice job with the fence. Look at that. It looks like the fence at Neverland Ranch or someplace like that. And then you can see behind the fence, I guess that's the actual hotel building back there. I'll go ahead and slip my camera through the fence. I'm sure the aliens won't mind. But yeah, right there behind the UFO, that I guess is going to be the hotel building. I mean, motel, hotel. It doesn't look like a hotel though, the way the windows are. You know what I mean? Like if it was a hotel or a motel building, you think there'd be a bunch of different separate windows for each hotel room. Maybe that UFO is the hotel and each one of those rectangular windows is the window to a room. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Just wish I could get a better view of this place, but I don't want to piss anybody off. There's this cinder block wall running right along, and I wonder if I climb up here. Ugh. Okay, I'm not trespassing, I promise. I just want to get a better peek at this place. And I guess I better do it quick before I get kicked off. Okay, anyway. There's actually a pretty big building back here behind what I thought was the motel. So maybe those are the motel rooms. I don't know. It's going to be an absolutely huge property, though, and it looks like they are still working on it. There's scaffolding down there. Oh, wait, there's a guy in the background. Yikes, I don't want him to see me. You know, maybe I should drop down on the other side of this fence. Ow. This way we can just cruise through the desert and peek over the wall at what is going on at this absolutely bizarre alien-themed motel. Oh, look, here's a big pile of junk we can climb right to the top of and have a pretty dang good view of the back part of that building. Yeah, look at that. That's like, well, that doesn't look like a hotel building either. Man, what is this place? And why did I scratch myself up so badly? Just trying to get a better look at it. Oh, you know what they say about curiosity and the cat? Okay, I'd better get down off of here before I get kicked off the property. I don't want to be disinvited to the eventual grand opening. I just want to get a better look at what's going on here. Look at that in the very background. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a house back there surrounded by lush palm trees and landscaping. Well, I think that's the house of the guy who's building this place, okay? The visionary responsible for all this lives right back there, I'm pretty sure. In a palatial desert estate, befitting a man of his genius. And I'm not kidding when I say he's a genius. I mean, he's got to be making money hand over fist on this alien fresh jerky store. And so anybody who can do that in the middle of nowhere in a place like Baker has my respect. I think his name is Luis. And Luis, if you happen to be watching this video, call me. My followers and I would love a VIP tour of what this place is gonna be. Okay, unfortunately, we can't see very much without trespassing and getting ourselves taken off the guest list for the VIP grand opening, but, well, that's it. That's pretty much what this hotel, I feel like I read online it's gonna be a hotel, so I guess that must be some kind of hotel building. And then I guess this is gonna be some kind of auditorium where you go watch space movies, or maybe some kind of immersive thing like the Sphere in Las Vegas. Ooh, maybe there's some kind of crazy psychedelic light show inside that would be a lot of fun to come stay here. Oh my God, I'd love to do an alien staycation in Baker, California. Who's with me? I have to keep thinking if it's Baker, Nevada or California because we're real close to the state line, but it's Baker, California. There is a Baker, Nevada, but it's way on the other side of the state. Anyway, I would totally come here to Baker and do an alien staycation, get a room. Hopefully he's gonna have some kind of alien themed bar because that's the one thing about Baker. There's nowhere to get a drink here other than convenience stores. You can go buy a 6-pack, but there's no bars. So it's kind of a dry place for a staycation. So hopefully this dude has some kind of liquor license and some kind of awesome UFO cocktails. Oh yeah, look at that on the time travel station. It does. It says UFO Hotel Ticket Office. So it is going to be a hotel. I knew it. Anyway, I guess the reason it's taking so long for this place to open is, well, golly, it must be really hard to find contractors out here. I mean, we are talking about Baker, which has a population of somewhere around 500 people, and it's halfway, 2 hours from Las Vegas, 2 hours from Barstow. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. It must be impossible to find qualified builders, construction workers, contractors to come out here and do this stuff. Oh dang, look, I just noticed this gate isn't even locked. I could have just walked right through like a civilized person. But I would never do that because I don't trespass, and I certainly don't trespass on camera. Anyway, yeah, you can see there's a bunch of old boards and stuff. I was gonna call them construction materials, but I don't know. Maybe that's just scaffolding or something stacked up here because, golly, every time they go into town to Home Depot, they must really have to load up since it's a 2-hour trip each way. Actually, I just looked and we're only an hour and a half from Las Vegas and only an hour from Barstow. And there is a Home Depot in Barstow, so maybe they just cruise up the road to Barstow to get their building supplies. And yeah, even though an hour isn't that long of a commute, I'm not sure there's that many qualified construction workers in Barstow either. So I don't know where this guy's getting his labor from, but hey, Ed Ringel up in Beatty, who's building the steampunk hotel, he manages to get contractors up to Beatty, and Beatty's like same distance from Vegas. So who knows? Maybe they're using the same guys. Okay, I just drove over to the other side of the property to see if we could get a better look from this direction. But you really can't see much more other than the side of the hotel building, which again, I'm gonna zoom in. I don't know, like, where's all the windows? If those are hotel rooms, shouldn't they all have windows? Guess I'll have to wait till they open and stay there myself to find out. But one thing there is over here is a much better view of this dude's house. Look at that. That right there is what alien jerky could buy you. A McMansion behind a convenience store at the side of Interstate 15. Stay in school, kids. Never stop dreaming. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to this giant, bizarre, UFO-themed hotel, restaurant, theater, and gift shop in the middle of nowhere, at least for now. When this place opens, I am definitely getting a room here, even though it's only 57 miles from my house, and spending the night and exploring what nightlife offerings Baker has. I mean, like I said, there's no bars that I know of, But if I spend the night, well, it might give me the opportunity to go prowling around the mean streets of Baker and find that speakeasy that I just know must exist out here somewhere. Or maybe I'll just have to settle for whatever alien-themed cocktails this guy cooks up, assuming he gets a liquor license. So you're just gonna have to stay tuned till then.